Good evening. So, I had a request to talk about this, and here's the thing for you all to know. I had not planned on talking about some of this foolishness that's out here right now. I really had not. This is the exact reason why I took the break from social media that I did, because I'm not going to continue to entertain and talk about some of the foolishness that's out here that's being pushed right now. However, I was asked to give my thoughts and opinions about this viral Tyler Perry clip that's going around. And those of you all who know me, those of you all who have worked with me, you already know. You already know what I think, okay? Which is what I've been teaching women for as long as I've been teaching women, which is require more from a man, not less. At no point should you lower what your standard is. And you all who know me, see, this is the thing. A lot of people who don't know me, they're going to take my words out of context. They're going to take it to mean, yeah, girl, get a man with the most money. And no, y'all know that's not how I roll over here. It will never be about a man's money. It will always be about his character first. Right? It will be about the man that he is, the kind of man that he is. And after that, we will require that he be the best version of himself. And so the best version of himself is working a great job, is making something of himself, is pursuing a passion or a purpose, and being ambitious. And men like that are never but so broke. Men like that know that, okay, I was put here for a purpose. I was put here for a reason, and I'm going to fulfill that reason, that destiny. But this idea that we should accept less, and here's the thing that just burns my biscuits. We're to accept less from a man. The man that is supposed to be leading us. That doesn't make common sense. We're supposed to accept less from our leader? No, the fact that he is our leader means we will require more, not less. So no, you should not accept less from a man who is supposed to be leading you, from a man who is supposed to be physically stronger than you, who is supposed to provide and protect. We're not going to expect less. We are going to require more, not less. And so, okay, I called him back when I was ready. He said he was going through some things, and I don't know where we stand. Should I approach him about this? Let's see. He said he was going through some things, and I don't know where I stand. Well, if there's any confusion, that's where you stand in the land of confusion. Okay, remember that. There shouldn't be any confusion about where you stand. If you're unsure about where you stand, you're in the land of confusion, and we don't do confusion. So you may ask again, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would simply tell him how you feel about it and what works for you. Okay, I never ask a man how, I'm not asking him how he feels about me. I'm telling him, this is what I want, and can you provide it or not? So that's just me. I never ask a man how I feel about him, or how he should feel about me. I don't. Okay, Henry Fogle says, I disagree. You disagree with the requirement of expecting more from a man and not less? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I have to read the first part. Okay, let me go back. My apologies. But I'm just simply giving my brief thoughts, and they're going to be very brief, about Tyler Perry. Very, very brief. Which is, okay, like I said, I can't even fully entertain it because, like I said, I have my standard. And my standard's never been based on money, and I don't encourage other women to base their standard based on money. So my standard, I don't see it. All I see is I called him back when I was ready. He said he is going through some things, and I don't know where we stand. Should I approach him about this? That's the first thing I saw. Okay, see if you can put it back in there for me. But again, these sound bites, you all getting all upset about these sound bites, and you don't need to. You don't need to get upset. You need to keep your eyes on your prize, right? You need to keep your standards. Okay, keep your standards high. I don't base my standards on money. So for the men who are saying, oh, well, high standards mean the man got to make 7 figures. My standards are never based on money. But again, the type of man that I aspire to be with is not broke. That's it. The type of man I aspire to be with will never be broke. As a woman in your feminine energy, you should let things go and wait some time. I'm sure if it's meant for you, it's going to come to you. That's my opinion. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, I never ask a man his thoughts or feelings about me. I just don't believe in doing that. I engage with him. He just through his energy, he lets me know how he feels about me through his energy and his actions. If his energy and his actions are not clear, are not well defined, that's how he feels about me. Like, that's it. And if I ask, if I ask him, well, how do you feel about me? See, I don't do that. I say, hey, something doesn't feel right. I never ask a man how he feels about me. I tell him if something feels off. I tell him if I don't feel good, if energetically something feels off, what does he think about it? That's what I do. I don't like it. Something feels off. What do you think about this? That's what I do. I never ask a man how he feels about me. Yeah, that's it. So she said, yes, if it's confusing, don't waste your time. Yeah. And we got to be willing to do it earlier rather than later. And said he is going through some stuff, and that's why he wasn't calling me or texting me or answering my calls. Ooh, the not answering the calls is the no-no. That's the part that's the no-no. So it's one thing for him not to be calling or texting, but if you're calling him and he's not answering your calls, yeah, that's a no-no. So guess what? I leave him alone. I leave him clean alone so he can figure out what he's got going on, figure out what he's doing, give him the gift of your absence. And honestly, that's how you're going to find out how he feels about you. Does he come looking for you? And if he doesn't, that's how he feels about you. I know that's very direct, but it's the truth. He says, I can't find a man on my level, as always said with condescension. Yeah, I don't believe in the whole can't find a man on my level. I would never say such a thing, and I would never encourage a woman to say such a thing. Now, she can say, as I have said, I am out here dating, and it has been very hard to find a man of high character. That's what I say. When people say, what's going on? Why are you single? You should be able to, there's a ton of men out here that want you. And are they high character men? Are they men of high moral character? Are they men who have a purpose and a plan for their life? Are they men who are going to abstain? Oh, that's like a needle in a haystack. So, yeah, I would never say with condescension, I can't find a man on my level. I would simply say, yes, it has been a struggle finding men that are purposeful, that have a plan for their life, that have ambition and drive, that have heart, that have courage, that have high moral character. Yeah, that has been very difficult. Christian men who actually want to live by God's standard. That has been very difficult. I've met a lot of Christian men. I've met a lot of men who go to church. I've met a lot of men who read a Bible or pray, but they're not living by God's standard. So, yeah, that's it. But I agree. No woman should be saying that. Okay, I respect and value your opinion. Thank you. But yes, I want you, I never ask a man how he feels about me. If the energy shifts, I speak to that. I say, so how about this? I will speak to how I feel when things are going well. And see, women don't do that enough. You don't speak to how you feel when things are going well. So when a man's calling me, texting me, he's saying good night or good morning, or he's asking questions, I always say something about that. You know what? He says, what? I love getting your calls. I love getting your voice notes. I love getting your texts in the middle of the day. I love you checking in on me. I love the questions that you ask me when we're talking. See, that's what I wish women did more. Like, you have got to start rewarding the behavior that you want to see more of. And that's what a lot of us are not doing. I went on a trip with a man, and when we were leaving, I was coming home. I sent a voice note and I said, you know what? I just want to thank you for an amazing trip. I felt so protected. I felt so cherished and so cared for. It just felt great. It just felt great being with you. And I kid you not, that made that man's day, because for once he was actually told when he was doing something right. And that's a lot of what I see women. Y'all miss the mark on that. You don't speak enough on when things are going well. But you're quick to tell a man, you're not calling me. You're not texting me. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Okay. But again, I still don't do that. I say, hey, the energy has shifted. You know, I don't feel the energy coming towards me anymore. I don't feel your interest. There's been, you know, some time between calls, time between texts, and it just feels disconnected. What do you think about that? That's how I deal with it. But just know, I also speak on when things are going well. I also speak on, oh my gosh, like last night's conversation, it was one for the books. It was amazing. I felt so much energy coming from you to me. You know, it felt so good to laugh. We shared similar opinions about this. So y'all don't do that enough. You don't do that enough. You don't speak on when things are going well. You don't speak on what the man is doing right. You wait until things are going wrong, and then you're quick to talk about that. So, nope. Okay. I get that, but generally speaking, when women say that, it's from a place of superiority. Yeah, and that's, you know, those are women who need to join my platform. They need to join my program. So no one is above anyone else. Women are not above men, and men are not above women. And this whole idea that, oh, black women are out here killing it, they're making all the money and this and that and the third. Okay. And you know what I think about that. That's called so what? That doesn't tell me anything about who you are as a woman. That doesn't tell me anything about your character. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how big your house is. I don't care how big your car is. I don't care what organizations you belong to. Like I said, character is king. That's what needs to come back in style. We're putting too much emphasis on all this stuff that does not matter. That stuff does not matter to the long-term health and well-being of your relationship. It does not matter. What matters is, are you a good person? What matters is, do you have values? Do you have morals? Can I connect to you in a real way? Are you emotionally available? That's what matters. But we're not talking about that enough. So feelings don't equal to reality. Okay. And at the same time, my feelings are my experience, and I get to share them, and a good, healthy, masculine man will cherish how I feel. So I agree. Feelings are not facts, and yet they're giving me and him information about where I'm at. So we're not going to come over here and discredit or disregard feelings, but I will agree that feelings are not always facts. Okay? But what I see men do is you all try to out logic. You all try to dismiss a woman with logic. And you need to understand something. Just like logic and rationale is important, so is feelings and emotions. Okay? We need the head, we need the heart. Both of those things come together and do a beautiful dance. You're not going to discredit someone's feelings. Okay? We're not doing that over here. Okay? Yes, there has to be some reciprocal energy. Of course. Of course. And again, this is what I don't understand about men. To me, they're doing the whole chase me game. They keep saying, oh, it's not chase me, it's reciprocate. Okay, understand this about the word reciprocate. It implies that something happens first. Okay? Reciprocate is like give back. So this idea of men saying we just want reciprocation. Okay, that means you got to give first. That means there has to be something to reciprocate. That's what y'all are missing. And that's when y'all are doing the chase me game. You're not doing the reciprocate game, because the reciprocate games means you need to initiate and I need to reciprocate. See how that works? But a lot of men who say, here, take my number, call me. That's not initiating. Okay, you want me to initiate and you hopefully will reciprocate, but I don't live in that land. Y'all know that. I'm the girl. I'm the girl. I'm forever the girl. Y'all know that. Okay? But this Tyler Perry thing that y'all are all up in arms about is no need. It's really no need. Like, that's not a thing that I think about in my world. I'm not making space for a woman. I'm not making space for a man who can pay my light bill. Like, I'm just not. Like, I don't even need to think about that. I don't need to be upset about that or worry about that. You know, I don't. And here's the other thing I want you to understand. It is limited thinking people with limited thinking that believe, hear me well, that you can only have one or the other. That's a limited mind that says a good man don't have no money, or a good man, you know, not going to be making no good money, or a man making a whole lot of money may not be a good man. See, that's small thinking. That's very limiting belief thinking. I know plenty of men who are good men and they have good money. I know plenty of men who are not great men or who don't have any money. Like, those things are not mutually exclusive of each other. But we keep selling this narrative that, oh, just take the good man who doesn't have any money. You ever think that maybe there's great men out here that have money, that are ambitious, that actually want something in this world? It's a thing. It's a thing. So I don't understand that way of thinking, and that's why I can't entertain it. This idea that it's mutually exclusive. If a man has a whole lot of money, he's bad. Or if a man, you know, oh, only good men, you know, they may not be rich, girl, but, you know, he's a good man. Come on. Like, come on. Can we critically think? No. But women do not even have to reciprocate in the same measure. No, because I'm the girl. I'm different. We are equal in value, but different in nature. Okay? So a man buying me dinner, right? He can take me out. He can buy me dinner. Doesn't mean I have to buy him dinner back. I can, I don't know, give him another token of appreciation. I can cook him dinner. There's all kinds of ways that I can give back. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. So y'all want to play that 50-50 game. I don't play that game over here. I play equity. I have a polarized relationship that says the man is in his role as a man. My role is different as a woman. There are things that I can produce as a woman that a man cannot produce. So we can't play that 50-50 game. Okay? There's things that I'm going to do that a man can't do. There's things that he can do that I can't do. So we don't play that game over here. We play the equitable game. He's going to do what's fair. I'm going to do what's fair. And we're going to all, you know, we're going to all feel good. That's the game I play. Or a man who makes money will abuse you and cheat. Yeah, they always say that. That's some limited belief thinking. So, yeah, I don't play that game. Y'all know that. I don't play that game over here. I create exactly what I want. I have the ability to create whatever I want. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I manifest and create whatever I want. Whatever I want. And whatever happens to slip in there, because maybe my mind ain't right on that day, I can get rid of it. I can get rid of it. And I can recreate it all over again. So a lot of this is limited belief thinking. A lot of this is mindset. And if people have that mindset that, oh, just find you a good man and he may not make what you make, but if he can pay the light bill, then you should be with him. You know, he can love you and you should be with him. Okay. And, you know, my grandmother once told me you can fall in love with a rich man just like you can with a poor man. It all comes down to decision, right? Just like I believe there's millions of soulmates in the world. I can pick a person, and if that person and I work together, that person could be my soulmate. And we both have to be committed to making that happen. So there's not some one person or three people in the whole world that I could be with. I could be with a lot of people, but it has to be a decision that I make and a decision that that person makes. But stop worrying your little head off about Tyler Perry, Mr. Multi-Billionaire. y'all sitting here worrying about billionaires and what they saying. And y'all got real problems at home. I want you to focus on your problems at home. You got dating problems. You got relationship problems. You got money problems. You got real problems at home. And y'all sitting here listening to a billionaire tell you that you should accept a man that can pay your light bill. That's a good man. Like, really? That's what we call a luxury belief. Are you all familiar with that? A luxury belief is what wealthy people tell people that ain't got their money to do. Yeah, you should do this. It's not something I would do, but, you should do it. That's called a luxury belief, y'all. Come on. Critically think. Critically think for yourself. Don't nobody, I saw that and I was like, and? What does that have to do with me? Nothing. That's called a luxury belief. A billionaire is telling you, woman, to be with a man who's paying the light bill. Like, come on. I can't believe this thing is still going strong. Everybody on the internet is blowing up over this clip. Like, no, if that's not your reality, then it's not my reality. That's why I could care less about it. Okay, but no, I want you to focus on yourself, focus on being the best version of you, fall in love with you, let that magnetize a man to you, and I would assume that man, who's going to come towards you, like I said, you get to vet him, you get to determine, like I said earlier, y'all need to stop shaming people that don't want you. Okay, stop doing that. If a man, I'm a good man and you don't want me. Okay, and last I checked, I'm allowed to say no, thank you. Sure, you may be a lovely man. You just may not be the man for me. So yeah, stop shaming people that don't want you. It's all good. And you could be a good, righteous, upstanding man. But if you living with your mom, if you're barely paying your bills, if you're not maintaining your four walls or any children that you have, no, you shouldn't. I'm going to keep it 100. The last thing you should be doing is dating. The last thing you should be doing is going out here trying to find another liability. What sense does that make? And can I be real? It's because that man is not looking for a liability. He's looking for a woman to come up on. Because in the world that I live in, I'm a man's responsibility. Like, that's what I honestly believe. A man takes on a wife, not the other way around. So y'all saying, oh, don't he deserve love? Okay, so we know he ain't looking for love. He not looking for love. If he can't maintain his four walls, if he can't take care of himself and have things, basic things to live, if he can't take care of any children he's created and he's coming to you, he not looking for love. Come on now. He looking for something else. He looking for a come up. So no, you need to focus on yourself. I would tell a woman the same thing. Focus on yourself. Get yourself together. Get your finances in order. And again, on my platform, that does not look like millions of dollars. It really doesn't. But it looks like you have the ability to contribute in a real way. That's what it looks like. You put whatever number on that you want. But I don't require that a man be a multimillionaire or a millionaire. I don't require that. But I do require that he have his life in order. I do require that he have purpose, that he have some ambition and some passion in his life. I do require that. And men like that are rarely broke. They are going to hustle. They are going to do what needs to be done. They are going to at least take care of themselves. And if they take on the responsibility of me as their wife, they're going to take care of me. So y'all better stop worrying about rich people problems. Okay? You better stop giving your time and attention to rich people problems. Because, like I said, I saw that clip. Everybody was like, you gonna talk about this? Nope, I'm sure not. Because it ain't put no money in my pocket. It don't have nothing to do with me. It's called a luxury belief. This is what wealthy people do. They will come up with rules for you that do not apply to them. And you know how you are a sheep is because you listen. That's how you know you are a sheep. You are in the majority because you actually listen. You actually listen to this instead of critically thinking and saying, no, I'm not doing that. That doesn't make common sense. You actually get in an uproar about it. So no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Like I said, Tyler Perry, is a billionaire man, and, okay, he gonna tell y'all ladies what you need to accept. Okay. And you just keep it moving. All right. But no, y'all don't have that kind of time and energy. Don't focus on rich people problems. Okay. This rich people mess. You got stuff you need to be doing for yourself. Focus on that. Focus on that. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about, he's built an entire empire on this struggle love, no, come on, y'all. Come on, critically think, and you will know the answer. Okay. All right. Any questions before I jump off about anything else? I am actually going into my last appointment for the evening at 7. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. But yes, ladies, yes, I do want you to require more and not less. And more, remember, more is not millions of dollars. Okay. It's not millions of dollars, but it's also not, I'm living at home with mom and I need a place to live. I can't pay my child support. I've lost my home. I've lost my vehicle. No, like, bruh, every second of your day needs to be focused on getting yourself together. And all the woman is a distraction. All a woman is to a man like that is a distraction. That's why he don't need to be dating. Okay? So for the men who want to tell me, don't we deserve love too? Not when your life is not in order. Because a woman is a distraction. She's not going to help you. Like I said, you're looking for a come up. I'm just going to keep it real. She's a distraction to you. Yeah, you need to be by yourself figuring out your life and your situation. Yeah, she said rich people problems. They really don't. They really don't. I can't even believe that clip went as viral as it did. Because it's like, what? Are y'all really listening to this? Are y'all really talking about this? No, it didn't make sense. Like I saw it and I was like, okay, that don't make sense. All right, but no. But I do want ladies to require more and not less. And I think that's the last messaging we need to hear is that you all need to, accept a man that can just do this, no, I think the messaging is, yes, men, I want to see men do more. I want to see men do more. I want to see men reach their potential. And I mean, every man I've ever met has tremendous potential. And they don't even come close to it. That's the message I think we need to hear. That men have exponential potential to be whatever they want. I think that's the message we need to hear. So yeah, I don't get it. And I don't know why, especially amongst Black people, like, why do we do that? Why are we doing that to each other? I don't get it, because I don't see that in any other culture or any other race or any other ethnicity. So that's another thing I think is weird. Like, I have friends of all races and ethnicities and I don't hear that anywhere else but with us. So yeah, I just don't get it. So ladies, yes, I want you to require more from a man and not less. I want that man to have good, high moral character. That's the first thing that you're vetting him for, right behind the fact of, do you find him attractive? So what do your eyes see? What's the energy coming off of him? And right after that is, what is his character like? What is his character like? And then you're also going to find out, okay, we are going to determine, can he maintain his 4 walls? How is he maintaining his 4 walls? How is he taking care of himself, his bills, and everything he has? Is he generous? Like, yeah, we are going to vet for that. That is a part of the vetting process. But the man doesn't have to make billions of dollars. That's y'all, being on social media and again, looking into other people's lives and seeing what they're doing and looking at where they're going. Like, keep your eyes on the road. Keep your eyes on your road. Stay in your lane. And I'm going to be frank with you all. Science has revealed this. There is a level of money. There is a level of income that once you hit that tier, more money is not going to make you happy. And that is science that's telling us that. That's data saying once your basic necessities, like you have a nice home, you have a good car, once those basic things are fulfilled, you going higher than that is not going to increase your level of happiness. Okay, so that's the thing about money and looks. It's exciting at first, but after a while, it's called so what? Take it from someone who was married to a multimillionaire. And sure, it's fun at first, and then it's like, okay. Like, I'm being honest. It's called, all right. Once we hit this threshold, our happiness is not going any further. So, okay, and I know a lot of y'all want to know that lifestyle and want to know what it's like, but take it from someone who knows. Sure, I'm what has the potential for long-term relationship success and happiness is the person's character, is how you're treated, how you're talked to. That is what's going to determine how good your relationship is. It's not money. It's not money, and it's not looks for the men. You men put a lot of weight on a woman's looks, on a woman's body, on a woman's behind. And guess what you're figuring out? That this beautiful looking woman that seems so amazing the first 6 months, the first year, you're eventually going to, it's like, okay, she looked good, and you're going to get used to it. You're going to get used to it. Yeah, I've looked at her beautiful face. I've looked at her big behind. So what? That is not a marker of your long-term happiness or success in your relationship. It has to go further than that. It cannot be about how good she looks, how big her breasts are, how big her butt is. Go deeper. Because all that you're going to be left with, okay, this woman looks good and she's a pain in my behind. This woman looks good and she got a mouth on her. This woman looks good and she don't clean, she don't cook, she barely want to take care of the child we have. That's what you're going to be left with. So you all have got to start prioritizing what's actually going to make you happy. And it's not this superficial crap. It's not. Okay, let me see. More money doesn't mean incremental happiness. Exactly. And there are studies that prove that. It can only buy you freedom, which I love. I love freedom. Happiness is in cultivating relationships. That's right. That's right. But y'all don't want to work on that. You don't want to focus on that. You want somebody to buy you things and you want somebody to fly you out, But again, eventually that stuff gets old. It gets old. It gets old. And like I tell y'all, this whole, like the men, oh, she fine, she this, she that, but you cheating. But you cheating on her. And that's why I tell women, y'all can look as good as y'all want to look. You can have as much surgery as you want to have. When all of that gets old, when it gets regular, that man is going to find himself doing somebody else or doing something else. The most beautiful women in the world have been cheated on. Okay? Let that sink in. So clearly, you being beautiful, you being bad, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. It really don't. I'm developing my character. I'm developing the inside of me. I'm developing my mind. I'm developing my morals and my values. That's what I'm developing. That has the potential to make a man long-term happy. Yes, I'm not letting myself go on no given day, but I'm not letting myself go, not for him, but for me. I don't want to look at myself look crazy. But everything else, that's what we're going to start developing, ladies. That's what the change in the platform is going to be all about. It's going to be a return to It's going to be return to the basics. We're going to return to the basics. We are going to start learning what it means to be a true woman of quality and value. And the reason why I'm going to focus on the women is because feminine power, that's where the change lies. The change lies in feminine power. And all you have to do is get on board. All you got to do is get on board. All you got to do is follow the feminine tenets, and you're going to be just fine. And that's going to turn this whole thing around. We have the power to do it. And it's technically not anything that we're going to do. That's what's so amazing. Like, we're not going to do anything. But we do have a lot of power that we're not using. I'm seeing so many women throw away their power, give their power away, package it up and put a beautiful bow on it and give it to someone else. And I want that to stop. We have to stop giving our power away. We have to develop ourselves. We have to develop our character and our morals and our standards. And we have to have boundaries. We have to be authentically us. We have to stop hiding behind all this crap. Like, no, I see so many women now that look just like the last woman and the last woman and the last woman. I've seen a guy friend of mine. It's like the last 3 women he's dated all look alike. And I'm like, bruh, like, how can you tell them apart? Like, they all look alike. What is going on? There is no authenticity anymore. There's no variety anymore. Like, really? We want every woman to look like the BBL woman? No, I think I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to pass on that. I'll keep my 90s girl body. Thank you. All right, I'm jumping into my appointment. Thank you for coming on and listening. I am going to be spending a great deal of time over on YouTube, especially come October 1st, but I am going to post some things here to kind of jumpstart that. And like I said, the platform is going to go through some changes, going to go through some rebranding, and I am working on that right now. And hope to be releasing that very, very soon. So, but I have some other things that I got to do. My physical practice here in Richmond. I am moving locations. I'm going to be not far from here, right down the street. So I'm in the process of packing my office up today. And just got a lot of things going on, but I will be back because I love you all. I want to be a part of the solution. I've always said that. I want to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. Okay? I'm not here to drag anybody down, but I am going to give you a dose of tough love because apparently ain't nobody else in your life doing that. So if it's got to be me, it's got to be me. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining. And as always, stay open to love.